Okay, so these are the ingredients for my final cooking video. To start with, the first macronutrient, we're going to look at protein. And the two main protein sources that I'm going to include in this meal are going to be these red beans to the left and some peanut butter to the right. My main lipid source is also still going to be the peanut butter. The peanut butter contains 16 grams total fat. 3 grams of that are saturated fats. And now finally looking at my main carbohydrate sources, I'm going to have these whole wheat, whole grain tortillas. They'll be the main source, but I also have black-eyed peas, pre-cooked, and then some sweet peas that haven't been cooked yet. I will also include. Okay, now taking a look at all the micronutrients of the ingredients that I'll be using, starting with the black olives here. They are high in calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, sodium, zinc, and copper. Moving over to the black-eyed peas, they are high in vitamin A, folate, manganese, and fiber. And then now looking at the kidney beans, they're going to be high in potassium, vitamin C, calcium, iron, some vitamin D, vitamin B6, and magnesium. Now looking at the peanut butter, it's going to have a little bit of fiber, a little bit of calcium, some iron. It's going to be pretty high in vitamin B6 and magnesium. And then we have the kimchi, which is going to be high in potassium and vitamin C. The sweet peas that I'm going to be using contain vitamin C, calcium, iron, vitamin B6, and magnesium. For the cilantro that I'm going to be using, it contains folate, potassium, manganese, beta-carotene, beta-cryptoazoxane, lutein, choline, and zeaxanthin. The onion's going to contain vitamin C, calcium, iron, vitamin B6, and magnesium. The tomato is going to contain vitamin C, calcium, iron, vitamin B6, and magnesium. The whole wheat tortilla is going to contain choline, vitamin K, vitamin E, and vitamin B2. Okay, and so here's the finished product. Now let's look at how this impacts the gut microbiome. Most of the nutrients that are good for the gut are coming from the kimchi that I included. It contains lots of B vitamins, iron, vitamin C, and the gut needs this to create red blood cells. The meal overall contains vitamin D, selenium, zinc, magnesium, and omega-3s. And the peas contain lots of fiber, which are also important for the gut to actually process nutrients and provide energy to create red blood cells. Now if we compare my meal to the famed plate food model, 50% of it is non-starchy vegetables. This comes in the form of tomatoes, cilantro, the onions, olives, and the cabbage that comes from the kimchi. And then 25% of it comes from plant-based proteins. This includes the kidney beans, the black-eyed peas, the sweet peas, and the tortilla, the whole grain tortilla. And finally, the other 25% comes from plant-based proteins, which includes the peanut butter, the red kidney beans, and both the black-eyed peas and the sweet peas. The peanut butter also counts as a fat source, a lipid source, And then the fruit I included are the tomatoes and olives. This meal is good for my age at 20, just because of the high amount of protein that it contains, coming from the beans and the peas. And then the kimchi is good to help the gut microbiome, which is good for any age, but especially at young adult. So I designed this meal to be kind of an alternative as a high caloric intake meal to something that benefits the heart. The beans and all the protein can help prevent heart disease. Just with low fats, there's no saturated fats. Overall, this was a pretty easy meal to make. It was kind of like chili. The basic idea around it is that you take the tortilla and you scoop up the mixture of beans, olives, and whatnot, vegetables, and then you just eat it like that. And yeah, pretty easy to make, pretty tasty, and very healthy. Didn't really face any challenges making it. I guess just trying to pick out ingredients, but they went together pretty good.